Yeah, so thank you so much. I want to welcome our guest speaker tonight who is taking us through the product session, the power of the products. By the way, remember the money is in the product. That is in our business. The money is in the product. Once you get the product knowledge or the product, the importance of using the product, sharing the products, and making sure that you create a network of users of the Neolife products, you'll discover that that is actually the main business and you can grow a huge empire because of that. So we have our great lady, a superstar indeed, a person I have seen come with a lot of enthusiasm. She has really proven that you can be so busy, because I know she's very busy, extremely busy wherever she works, but she has never given an excuse to do the business. Last week, we managed to travel together to Kisumu and back, and she did a great presentation over there. So, this is someone who is a medic, and I can say this is a sort after speaker around the world. And I know it was such a wise choice to have her on this call tonight to give us the knowledge about why we need to build our business with our products. So, without much ado, superstars, please get your pens ready. Make sure you are making some notes as we usher in our guest speaker for tonight. That is none other but Elaine Abong Akinyi. So, Elaine, if you can hear me, kindly unmute yourself and please take it away.
Thank you very much, PT. I'm honored, I'm humbled this night to be the speaker of the day. I'm so fortunate to have you as my PT, as a mentor. I believe that I'm going far because I'm under you. Thank you very much for everyone who has been part of me growing up. I'm only 2 years, almost 2 years now in the business, but I can't regret. Thank you for this opportunity again. My name is Elaine Akinyi Abong. I'm a member of Superstars team. I'm a manager in the opportunity. Been there since 2024, late 2024, and I'm still continuing and really striving so high to go higher, up to the director stage and even beyond. I'm a clinical officer by profession, been a clinical officer for 16 years. This is the 16th year, so it's been a while. And I've been in the sickness industry for those years. But when I came to Superstars team Neolife, I realized that I was missing out, and I decided to cross over to the wellness industry, which has made my life much better, my management at work extremely better, and even understanding how our system works. So this night, I'm privileged to share with you on this topic about how much unique the products that we have are indeed, these products are unique. It's not a lie. Looking at how the products are prepared, for sure, the scientific advisory board take their time to really give us what is real, what is supposed to be for the body. And so starting off, I just want to tell you that we're in the right place with the right products. Don't be ashamed of these products any day or any time. You have the best products in the world because Neolife has been there producing and mirroring the nature as it is. Going ahead, I would love to say human body is complex, for sure it is. No one knows how the human body operates fully. Not even the neurologists know how the brain operates. Sometimes you'll be told that this, or maybe your patient will not wake up, but eventually they wake up. How did that happen? It is only God knows. So our human body is very complex. The only thing, or the only part that takes care of our human self is the nature. And that one brings me back to how unique these products are. The Neolife products, for real, are made from nature. They are naturally sourced, so they are based in nature and backed by science. What do I mean by based in nature and backed by science? Based in nature means all the things that are used to make the products that we are having are naturally sourced, no chemicals added, and that one is an advantage. So the products that we have mirror the nature, and that is what our body needs to make sure that it is healthy and it is working well, contrary to the chemicals that we are used to. Secondly, when I say it is backed by science, it means science unlocks the secrets of the nature. You know, when you have moringa tree somewhere growing, it will not tell you that it has iron, it has some minerals in it until science goes in and researches and show that this product or this plant has these certain kinds of minerals that are good for the body. So that is the reason why we say it is based in nature and backed up by science. So we have the best of the best. How do Neolife really ensure that these products deliver real benefits to us? First of all, what the Neolife fraternity or the Scientific Advisory Board does, they do a lot of research in production of the formulations that we have, like TriNN. There's a lot going in to producing TriNN and other products that we are using, the chelated zincs, chelated CalMag. There's a lot going in that. And then they have good raw material selection. There's a lot of testing going on in and out. There's a lot of doing or test the efficacy of these products. So just be assured that what you're getting is really thoroughly researched. And when it goes into the body, it does what it's supposed to do. And secondly, the formulation is governed by the Scientific Advisory Board that is very solid into giving our system naturally based products. So we are not wrong. And lastly, the products that are used to produce these supplements, they are of raw quality and their qualities are checked before use and even after production of these products, of these supplements. So see how much detail is going into what you're putting in your system. That's how much Neolife is really much into giving us what is really mirroring the nature as it is. So I'm very much proud to be attached to Neolife fully, because I know I'm getting the best and we're all getting the best. Going back again, just looking at the research, how the World Health Organization is researching on, looking at the chronic illnesses. When we compare the current times and the far old times, the current times are so much into a lot of, let me say, chronic illnesses. They are coming up so much, and that one is a concern. Kitambo will be dealing with water issues, contaminated water problems, but nowadays it's chronic illnesses that for sure are easily reversible and can be prevented when we take minerals and vitamins into our system, which with technology has been a problem. Many people, or technology has made many people be reluctant in even taking care of themselves in that manner. So the World Health Organization did a research and found out that 14 million deaths in a year happen because of chronic illnesses. Look around you. How many people are sick of diabetes, hypertension, name it, all the chronic illnesses around, arthritis. When you get to certain age, we are suffering from arthritis, and the ages are even getting much lower. We are getting to 30s. When I was in school, we were talking of 50s, 60s having chronic illnesses. Maybe some bit of the chronic illnesses would bring back down to 40s. But nowadays, I see diabetes so much into the years of 28, 29, and 30s, which is a concern, even into the ages of teenagers, because of what these children are eating, because of what we are eating, what we are exposed to. And it is a concern because now, if you have chronic illnesses taking charge, then our economy is going to be really having a problem. We'll be having family burdens, because if you have chronic illnesses, nowadays people know, even when I was still in school, what was being said is that when you have chronic illnesses, you stay with that forever. There's no cure. But here we are having the information, having the know-how that all chronic illnesses can be reversed, can be prevented by providing our system, our body, with the minerals and nutrients that are supposed to be given to it. So chronic illnesses are reversed. They are reversible. Many patients in my workplace get shocked when I tell them that diabetes is reversible. It is very saddening that they don't have the information. But as we are here, we are the ones who have the information. Get the information out so that someone somewhere will make informed decision out of what you know. So as we continue, I just want to talk about our immune system. Simple, very short. Our immune system is made of two types. We have the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system. Innate means the skin, the membranes, your esophagus, or the food pipe that you're having in there, and your lungs inside. All the membranes in your body are having immune system to protect the body from the environment that we are in. And then the adaptive immune system is it's for memory. For example, you've been sick with flu, your adaptive immune system will keep the memory so that whenever you get flu, it fights it off before you even have the symptoms. And that's how amazing our body is. Our body knows how to take care of itself, how to heal itself, how to protect itself. The only thing we need to do is to provide our system with the right nutrients and the minerals to help it take care of itself. Unfortunately, nowadays we don't do that. Most of the foods that we have around are very much modified. Most of the foods are full of sugar, are full of fats that are not proper for our bodies. So the body ends up being clogged and having a lot of toxins in the system, which cause a lot of inflammation in our inside. And the end result is you'll be having symptoms. Either you'll have headache, which is called migraine, any kind of headache that is coming with nausea and vomiting, just that throbbing headache that you don't even know where to put. Most of the people have headache, so much so that they don't realize it's because of what they're eating, the environment they're in, and what they're exposed to. Being in town or being in urban area is another cause of a lot of inflammation. What we breathe in, the environment we are in is so much polluted that you can't afford to have sugar, too much sugar in your system, like sodas around, a lot of chemical foods that are in the supermarket, just roaming around into your system, causing a lot of damage, contrary, even far more than the environment that you're in. So let us be very intentional with what we are putting in our system. It is very easy to have fast food because they are readily available. They are even cheap, but cheap is expensive, very, very expensive, because you'll be treating chronic illnesses at the end of the day. You'll not be having the nutrients that your body needs. So it is important to take care of what you're eating so that you reduce inflammation. Actually, going to hospital means you have inflammation. There is an inflammation going on somewhere. It's either inside, outside, whichever place. And even the allergies come to be because of inflammation. And there are two types of inflammation, actually. There is the good inflammation and the chronic inflammation, which is the bad inflammation. And most of us have the chronic inflammations because of actually the gut health. If you have your gut health being poor because of what you're eating, you're not taking a lot of carotenoids, you're not taking a lot of fruits and vegetables, that is carotenoids, you're not taking omega-3, vitamin C, vitamin A and D, and threonine, then you find that you'll have a lot of problems in your system. That is a get past to chronic illnesses, actually. get past to arthritis. The itis, if you hear someone telling you itis, that's an inflammation. So gastritis, gingivitis, any itis around, there is a problem. So that is, we want to get out of itises and get to the wellness side. We reduce the itis. At least we have the right itis there, short-term itis like for flu, and it goes away. Because when you have flu, about 3 days, your body will be able to clear it off and you'll be okay. When you're taking the right supplements for your body, the inflammation will just go away because that inflammation is full of white blood cells to fight the infection, the virus that is there, so that you are well at the end of the day. So going ahead, I just want to share some of the supplements that are very vital for us as human beings that are produced by Neolife as it is. There are four main, I believe. One is threonine, the other one is carotenoid complex, the third one is omega-3, and we have from vitality. So I want to talk about the ones that I've mentioned, and then we see how well we can combine these products for our clients who would really want to have the inflammations going down. Talking about threonine, threonine is made of wheat bran, rice germ, and soya. And what it has is called sterol or phytolipids, the lipids that are good, that make our cell walls spongy. They give your cell wall a lot of dose so that the nutrients that you're eating or what you're eating from your food is being absorbed, and you can also remove the toxins or the waste from the cell. Our body is made of cells. So one cell will make a couple of cells will make tissue, a tissue will make an organ, and then an organ makes a system. So if we don't really correct a cell, then the whole body is also still in problems. So that's why threonine is very vital, because it provides lipids and sterols for cellular energy. If your cells are well energized, then you're very much sure that you're going to absorb all the nutrients from food and remove toxins from the cell, the wastes, which your body doesn't need. When that doesn't happen, then you find that, for example, if someone has gastritis or irritation of stomach lining, your stomach is always inflamed, you have a leaky gut, your gut is leaking all over, then you are not able to absorb nutrients. These are people who are using a lot of antacids. Antacids fix the symptoms. Actually, in sickness industry, what we do, we fix symptoms. We don't treat. We don't treat at all. We don't go to the root cause. That's a problem. Because if you'll be going to the root cause, you'll be doing a lot of prevention. But rarely do we do that. And so you find that threonine comes in to help us repair our cell walls, so that this stomach that is having gastritis, when it is well balanced, you use probiotics in there, then the immune system of the stomach will be well balanced. You'll be able to absorb nutrients from your food and remove toxins. And so your stomach will be working well. You'll not be bloating around, having a lot of hunger issues, not anger, hunger issues. You're always hungry. You're always wanting sugar or wanting starch in. And then your insulin levels will be regulated because you'll not be hungry all the time. You'll not be having pooping problems, skipping poops. Skipping poops is a problem, is a big problem. And I've seen it in Nairobi so much because of really what we are eating and the times we are eating. It is important to eat early, mostly the supper time. You eat early so that your body can rest without meals in the stomach. But because we work long hours, some of us get home so late, you eat by 11, and that is a problem. That's a very big problem. You wake up with a lot of backlogs and clogs, and so your system is not well balanced. So threonine comes in to correct that. Threonine gives you a lot of energy. It makes the cell wall spongy and so light that it can absorb and remove toxins. So these toxins are like dustbins. And when you have dustbin lying around with a lot of that in it without removing, then you can imagine how that house can be. Imagine how your body is when you're not pooping every day. That body has a lot of toxins in there. If you're taking a lot proteins, they're producing a lot of acid. Then your body or your blood becomes acidic, and that is where the problem starts. That is where now sugar regulation will be an issue, and you'll end up with chronic illnesses and the itises, the inflammations, the arthritis, reduction is in nutrients and mineral absorption. So threonine is very important. And also with the vitamins, remember vitamin A, D, E, K, depend on fats. They are fat soluble. So when I hear someone says fats are bad, it depends on which fat you're talking about. Fats are very important into the system in our body. So vitamin A, D, K, E, K depends on that. And looking at vitamin A and D and E and K, all those are very vital vitamins into our system. They take care of the innate and adaptive immune system. So threonine is one of them. Secondly, we have carotenoid complex. Carotenoid complex is a complex for sure. It is deep. It is very vital because carotenoid complex provides various carotenoids that protects our cell membranes from free radicals or oxidative damage and keep us healthy, hence reducing inflammation and toxins into our system, or the effect of the toxins. What do I mean here? The radicals are made of positive, negative charges. Water, we have water in our system. So water is made of positive, negative charges. There are many positive, negative charges that we have. That's why we can even conduct electricity when electricity goes through us. So the negative radicals, they're the ones that cause inflammation. They cause cell wall damage. And so carotenoids are there to protect the cell membrane so that it is not really damaged so much. So reducing the possibility of inflammation and damage to the tissues and cells, and eventually an organ and a system. So you see how much carotenoid complex is important. If you've never used the carotenoid complex, you need, because for someone who is working so busy, all of us are busy, we somehow get negative radicals at the end of the day because you meet with stress hormones. Stress levels go high, up and about. They're in wavy lines up and about. So you end up with a lot of negative radicals. The more you are exposed to burnouts at work, because some of us work long hours, then you end up with a lot of negative radicals. To reduce that, carotenoid complex plays a big role. It's made of fruits and vegetables, which is so important, about 115 kgs of fruits and vegetables that are colored yellow, red, green. They are very important. They carry phytonutrients to fight for us. And research shows that when you take carotenoids every day for 20 days, then it improves your immune system by about 30%. Look at that. By about 30%, your immune system is up. So if you're someone who is working like me, sometimes I work nighttime, which is very much long hours, about 15 hours. Then during the day, about 12 hours. It's tiresome, but when I'm on supplements, I don't get worried because I know I'm well taken care of. My immune system is well taken care of. Being in the sickness industry or any industry that is full of people who are sick, then you know very well that you can catch a cold or get sick. So having carotenoid complex threonine with you will be a companion that is forever the best. So carotenoid complex is very important. Then thirdly, I'll talk about omega-3. Omega-3 is another one. Omega-3 from Neolife is complete. I've not seen any omega-3 in the field that is complete. When I look at 7Cs, no. 7Cs has 3 omega-3s. This is the only omega-3 that has 8 omega-3s, 8 omega fatty acids that is delivered into your system to give you the full benefit of omega. And it's made of the salmon oil, the mackerel, and the other sardines, which are not so much available where we are. So it's so much beneficial because the omega-3 is still to reduce inflammation, the chronic inflammation actually. It really works so well in our system to reduce chronic inflammations that come because of stress hormones or stress levels that we have, the increased insulin levels that are very much harmful into our system, causing a lot of inflammation. The chemicals that we get from food, we are exposed to a lot of things that can cause a lot of damage into our system. So chronic inflammation, the omega-3 will reduce. In the 8 omega-3s, another thing that the omega-3 does, it reduces the level of the triglycerides. Triglycerides are the lipids that we get from seed oils or the salads that we do not even know how they are made. So seed oils are full of omega-6. The triglycerides come from there. They come from fast food, processed foods, processed fats that we do not even know how they are being produced, like Akina Blue Band, name it. All that is under triglycerides. And triglycerides are very harmful. They clog our veins. They form plaques in our veins and narrow our veins, causing a lot of pressure into our veins. They can cause breakage or we call them aneurysm, bulging of the veins, and at the end of the day, it can burst to cause a burst aneurysm, which is very dangerous. It's an emergency for that matter. Depending on where it is, every aneurysm is an important factor. So triglycerides, for omega-3, it reduces triglyceride level by 68% as you take the omega-3s. Another thing that omega-3 does, it increases or triggers the good inflammation. When there is a reaction going on, it will cause inflammation for the white blood cells to fight for you so that the immune system can fight off the viruses that are causing the problem at that moment and the bacteria. So that's why many a times you find that people who are using the organic supplements rarely get sick, rarely come to hospital because they don't even know that somehow, somewhere they were sick and the immune system took care of it even before they got the symptoms. So thanks to omega-3, we are so much well taken care of. So another product is Provitality that carries almost all of them. Provitality is made of threonine, carotenoid, omega-3, and multi. Multi is the one that I've not talked about. Multi carries a lot of minerals and vitamins. The minerals that are there, that are added in, are like copper, manganese, selenium, that, and name the rest. There are others that are in there that are in very tiny bits. There is zinc too, to take care of our system, plus the vitamins. So Provitality, when you want to start someone on organic supplements, it is proper to start them on Provitality that will give them an overall provision of what the body or what the nature provides. So threonine, carotenoid, omega-3, and multi is full provision for the body. So that is very important to note. And then lastly now, I would love to share on the winning combinations, how you can combine some products so that you are winning. You are winning with the products. When you give a client, they'll see the outcome and they'll give you the feedback straight on. There are many products that are there, but let us see how we can combine these products. We have a combination of threonine and multi. Multi, I've just talked about sometimes multi, we have the minerals and vitamins. And then when you combine with threonine, which is a cell rejuvenator, then you have a complete production or complete provision of nutrients for the system. There's nothing you're missing out. And that is how our body really works. So when you combine TNN and multi, you are still spot on with provision of organic supplements to the body. Another combination that you'd want to have is also like TNN and carotenoid. TNN and carotenoid is another full pack of repairers, immune boosters, and antioxidants. Carotenoid is an antioxidant. So when you give a client this combination, depending on how much they're having, then you'll be giving this client a kickoff start that is very full and very complex, and is going to give a good result. Then we've talked of Provitality. Then lastly, we have Formula 4 plus omega-3, which is also full of nutrients. Omega-3 taking care of the heart and the body, the brain, having a youthful brain that doesn't forget, healthy joints, healthy eye, and vitality and energy. So that is another combination. And lastly, we have not a combination, but a recommendation that everyone that you have, every patient or every client that you have, please recommend Botanical Balance, because we are experiencing a lot of sugar dysregulation, which is insulin resistance. Many people have insulin resistance in silence and they do not know. Some come with swollen legs, swollen puffy face, or just as sweet tooth, wanting to take sugar all the time. So giving them Botanical Balance combined with TNN and carotenoid will be a better way of helping this person know how to regulate their sugar, and for sure they'll give you a good result at the end of the day. Vitamin A and D is part of it. Vitamin C is also important. Vitamin C has a lot of benefits in terms of immunity, protection of the membranes, protection of the body, and also absorption of iron. So you can consider that too. Vitamin E, we've talked, it's an antioxidant. And lastly, not to forget zinc. Zinc is an immune booster. When you have less of zinc in your system, then your body is going to lack an important or a vital mineral in the system, because zinc is not well known for repair of our membranes in our body, more so in the stomach where there's a lot of gastritis or itises. So that's what we are suffering from, most of us. So it is important to check to give zinc as part of repair. If you're giving TNN, give zinc plus other combinations. And to close it off, to finish off, I would say let us prioritize prevention. When you go home, check all around us, everyone needs supplements. Everyone is in dire need of supplements. There's a lot of lifestyle issues walking around, people walking dead. I can say walking dead because they don't know, but here we are, we know. So there is no harm in sharing the information, but it is upon them to make the full informed decision. So let us go out, prioritize prevention from home, start from home. We use the product yourself so that you can reflect what you are all about. Use the product, then share the product to someone else. And with all that, I say thank you for listening from me. Thank you for being attentive, and also if there is any reaction, we can go ahead and react and share in more. Thank you. Back to you, Dr.
Thank you so much, Daktari. That's a nice session. Simple and easy to follow. You know, it's amazing how you did it, targeting laymen, not really with the jargon that people are used to. We really appreciate that. Perhaps,
Thank you.
perhaps can check whether there are any questions. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes if there's any question. Like I can see Peter Losike asking you how often should one take these supplements? How often should one take these supplements?
I would say it depends on what you're working on. It depends on what you're targeting. If it is 3NN, I would say every day. But if you are targeting, if there is a condition you're targeting, we have targeted solutions and there are durations to taking such. If it is arthritis, there are targeted solutions for that. So it depends on what you're really working on.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, if you are targeting a certain issue to solve a certain issue, then use the products recommended for that. And yes, as Dr. has said, you don't just use the product because you are sick. You use the products because you want to remain well. So use them as part of food. For how long should you eat? Every day. So it's the same thing. You are supplementing. So as long as you are eating, you need to keep on supplementing. And
True.
I believe now we are more encouraged, we are more, I would say, psyched up to share the products with confidence, especially when it comes from our medical friends like Dr. Elaine, who have vast background on the conventional medicine. Now comparing with what we have here, we can only say we are lucky. And thank you so much, Elaine, for taking your
Thank you.
quality time and preparing thoroughly for this session. I'm sure it has enriched most of us in terms of knowledge. So if there's no other question, let's give it up for Daktari on the chat there. You can do that nice emoji. But if you don't know, nice the difference between good positive emojis and negative, avoid them. Sometimes people use what they didn't mean to. Thank you so much, Daktari. And as
Thank
you
you.
you thank Daktari, allow me to now take us to the next and last short session, that is recognition.